Hi guys, I'm Harkin and welcome to Hark's Paints. Today we're going to be talking about how you actually take the plunge and go and start buying things. How do we go about it? How do we try and save some money? We really want to pinch some pennies. So I'm going to talk about some of the rules and steps that I follow, and hopefully I can pass on some ideas to you so you can save a little bit of cash in the long run. So, you know who you want to collect, but now you need some things to get things moving. Because you're not just buying miniatures, you're also buying paints, glues, brushes, all of the equipment that you might need to go and make the hobby happen. And very quickly, all of this adds up. So, what I personally recommend doing is just starting with one unit. Even if you're new to the hobby, or if you're somebody like myself a couple of years ago who was rusty and returning to it, just start with one box of dudes, and that's it. The last thing that you want to do is have too many models on your hands, like you go out there and just buy a bunch of boxes and then find out you don't like building them or painting them, and you certainly don't like playing them. What I did was I got one box of Cabalite Warriors, I bought them off Goblin Gaming, and it was fine. That was it. You know, I was happy, that tided me over for a month. Speaking of Goblin Gaming, who actually did not plug me to say this, but they are really good, that brings me cleanly into my next step. By the way, Goblin Games, if you want to sponsor me, just come on. You know you want to. Step 2. Get acquainted with IGSs. These are an absolute godsend if you want to get something for a fraction of the price. Places like Goblin Gaming, Triple Helix War Games, Battlefield Hobbies, Firestorm Games. They all do miniatures across a big range and selection, and they usually do it for about 30% off the marked price. Another thing to do is to check good old eBay. Step 3. Do not feel obligated to only buy Games Workshop products. I'm a big fan of Games Workshop, I'll be honest. I have broken my own rules occasionally and bought things first party from GW, but you don't always have to buy straight from GW. Because believe it or not, there are other companies out there that make miniatures and paints. Yeah, that's right. So Vallejo and the Army Painter, and I suppose to a lesser extent companies like Humbrol, all make miniature paint. And let me tell you now, they're about half the price of the GW pot paint. If we roll back to what I was talking about Goblin Gaming earlier, I recently did some maths, so I'm going to show you some hard-hitting shit in a minute. Now consider this the wargaming equivalent of doing a shopping run to Aldi as opposed to Tesco, I suppose. When I got started and I went to Goblin Gaming and got my Cabalites, I also got a small range of paints, which were half GW and half Army Painter. The whole thing came to about £36 in total. After that, I needed to get some brushes. My partner was in town, I'm pretty sure like the next day after I said I was making the purchase. She stopped in a shop called The Works. There was some nylon brushes there, a pack of 4. She picked them up for £1. Next day after that, I went in and I knew that I needed to get a cutting board. I still have the same one years later. Again, this thing cost me £1. I then realised I needed to be able to cut my miniatures, and I was using an app at the time called Wish.com. You can get a lot of the same products on eBay, and I got this little modelling scalpel, again with a load of little blades, for £1. Yeah, it took a few weeks to arrive, but it cost me nothing. So, everything that I've just listed there, the 36 quid that I spent at Goblin Games, the tools that I then went and picked up, comes to about £40. If I walked into a Games Workshop store and gave them the exact same shopping list. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Step 4. If you haven't gathered already, shop around. Those guys at Games Workshop really do work hard, and they have a set of rules that they have to work with whenever you go into a store. And to be honest, it's hard to say no to them. They're so goddamn helpful. You buggers, honestly. But don't feel pressured to always go into a GW and just immediately start picking up products. It's important with anything in life really to shop around and see what else is out there. And there are alternatives, not just IGS stores or using eBay. You can look at swap meet groups, for example, on Facebook. There are lots of groups by country and region that will actually deal entirely with selling like pre-loved models and some brand new kits that people just don't want. Use a PayPal account, make sure that they're legit, because I don't want you getting ripped off. There's something called Warhammer 40k Conquest. It's a magazine service. It's out every single week, and they give you models, and the price is capped. It started off at $1.99, and you got a bunch of Primaris, a couple of models, you got some paints, you got a brush, and it was literally £2. The next issue was $5.99, or was it $4.99? I think it was $4.99. Again, you got a load of stuff at a fraction of the price, and now it's capped at £8. Just last week, I got Lord Felfius and his tainted cohort for £8. It retails for £25. So it's not like you're not saving money. If you have any other questions or queries about modelling or painting, you can come to this channel where I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos all about that. It's me helping you out. And if you want to help me out, you can like and subscribe to this video, or not like it, which is tragic, and I'm deeply hurt that you would do such a thing. So, I'll catch you next time. Hopefully you'll have a lovely day, and I'll have plenty more videos for you, and yeah, I'll see you around. Bye!